If we can give opportunities to players along the way, then that will be very good as well. We're already giving opportunities to some new players. Obviously, Sheikh Rashid, Ayush is getting opportunities. Sam Curran at the batting number 3 opportunity. So new players are getting opportunities. Lots of thinking, lots of planning, I guess, for the rest of this season, but then also for future seasons as well. So it's exciting. It's exciting for different players to get opportunities. But as I said, the main focus is to try and win all the matches. That's our number one goal.
You believe the left-right combination? The top of the order, left-right combination?
Not necessarily. I think it depends. If you've got the right person to bat to have a left-hand right-hand combination, the right combination, then that's fine. But if it's 2 right-handers or 2 left-handers, I'm not too bothered. But in a perfect world, yes, you'd have a left and a right-hand combination would be good.
Mike, this has been a season where CSK had to make a lot of changes, very unlike of the franchise, especially in the batting lineup. So what kind of conversation you have with, say, Rachin or Huda, where they have tried hard, no matter whatever they try, it's not working. So how do you deal with it in terms of conversation with them?
It's a good question. I mean, yeah, it has been disappointing in that front that we haven't been able to fire as much as we would have liked. I actually have to really take my hat off to those guys you mentioned, both Rachin and Huda. Their attitude has been first class. Obviously disappointed to come in and out of the team, but they could have easily have just complained and moaned and just not been interested for the rest of the season. But their attitude towards training and improving has been unbelievable. I mean, just watching Deepak Huda go about his work over the last few weeks. Even when some younger players were getting an opportunity ahead of him, he was genuinely happy for the new players coming in. And I think that speaks volumes of his character. He's just got to work at training. He's looked to improve. He's looked to put himself in situations at training that hopefully he's going to replicate in the match. And so I've been really impressed with his attitude. And I was really happy, actually, that he got an opportunity to play in the last match. And he did a decent job. It wasn't an easy situation to play in. So I was really happy for him. Rachin, he has spoken a lot about he had a choice. He could either just be angry and grumpy about not getting left out of the team, or he can use this last 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it is to improve his game, work on some new shots. If he gets to play again, then fantastic. If he doesn't, then he still wants to use this time to improve his game. Again, it speaks volumes of his character. And so, I've been really impressed because it has been a difficult season in that front, unlike CSK, to change so much. But I think we've learned a lot of lessons. On 2 fronts. One, on the character of some of the players, and then 2, on what we need to do and what we need to really sort of strengthen up next season. Yeah.
Hi, Huss. You and Flem have worked with a lot of international players and helped them unlock new gears and new dimensions to the batting. Now you have a younger crop like Brevis and Matre who are doing well. Flem also sort of spoke about doing some work outside of the academy, sort of having those practice matches. Could you just talk about how you sort of nurture these talents and sort of, in terms of going ahead, sort of, do you sort of keep in touch with them off season as well, since these are not internationals who are just coming into your team now, right?
Yeah, sure. Good question. I mean, I think it's one area that we've really identified that we want to improve on, is that talent identification side of things. So we have had different players come in and train with us at various stages, almost on trial a little bit, but also for when their names come up for an auction, then at least we've seen them. We've had eyes on them. I mean, we get sent all the videos, packages and stuff, but to be able to actually watch them in the flesh, it does give you a bit more to go on. And if we can play some practice games, see them under pressure, we can make more informed decisions about the talent that we're looking at sort of moving forward. So it's certainly one area that I think they're putting a lot of time and effort into to make sure that we get the right talent moving forward. They're very important decisions. And there's so much talent in this country, and picking the right ones. We're still going to make mistakes, no question, but if we can make more informed decisions, then I think that will help the franchise moving forward. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Yeah, and also then Flem was talking about sort of having more practice matches using the academy a bit more so. Could you just talk us about that? You spoke, it helps you give informed decisions, but apart from that, do you do something differently as well with these teenagers?
Yeah, well, I mean, even in situations like this, as a coaching group, we're looking for ways that we can do things better as well. And it's a magnificent facility, that high performance centre. I've only just seen it for the first couple of times, and it's a fantastic resource for us. So we should use it, and to be able to put players into situations in practice games that is closer to the match. I mean, we can bat in the nets, and that's fine, but to expose them in a match situation at practice is closer to what they're going to experience in a match. We can learn a lot more about players when they're really under pressure, what decisions they make, and things like that. So I think it helps the coaches, but it's also good practice and good training for the players as well.
Coach, you spoke spoke about the vast pool of talent the country possesses. What do you make about Vaibhav Suryanshi, who had an excellent knock in the previous game for RR?
I mean, it was incredible, wasn't it? I mean, there's some of these players that come along, and when they're out there in the middle and they're batting, you don't want to miss a ball. I mean, we felt this in Australia when Adam Gilchrist walked out to bat. The whole team would come into the viewing area and sit there and want to watch the game, because they're just so exciting. I felt the same watching this young kid last night. Him and Jaiswal batting together. It's just breathtaking batting. I mean, it's fearless. It's reckless at times, but it's so exciting to watch. So that's what I mean. Some of the talent coming through at such a young age. Like, I mean, what age is he? So young to be able to play like that against some of the best bowlers in the world. Like, I mean, Rashid Khan was playing in that match. It just blows your mind, So it's exciting to watch. He's going to be on such a high now, I'm sure, for probably weeks and months. But then comes the expectation that he's going to do that every match. And look, we all know that it's not going to happen all the time. So he's going to need good people around him to help guide him in the right direction. And I think he's very lucky he's got someone like Rahul Dravid there, some good senior players as well, to help guide him through this period, because I'm sure his life and his world has changed forever now. Even just getting selected, his life would have changed a lot. But now to score 100 off, 30-odd balls, it was amazing to watch.
Mike, though the result didn't come your way the last match, we saw very positive intent in batting.
Yeah.
Can we expect the same going forward as teams have adopted this kind of cricket, fearless cricket?
Yes, the way we batted in the last match, even though we didn't get a winning score, it looked more like the way we'd like to play. So, that more positive intent was there, looking to push the game forward, looking to take the game on a little bit more, but still do it in a smart way. It definitely looked better, than some of the previous games where we looked like we were playing with a little bit more fear, looking to not make a mistake, which is not the way we want to play. It's not going to be successful in this competition. So, it definitely looked better. I felt, there was a couple of little things didn't quite go away. Like, I mean, Brevis was going very well. Amazing catch, to dismiss him. That could have been the difference between another, who knows how many runs. So, there were some little things that didn't quite go away, but you're right. It looked better, didn't it? The way we were trying to play it was more attractive and more the way we want to play, definitely.
Mike, just talking about the young batsmen coming through. Before Ruturaj Gaikwad came in as well, he spent a couple of seasons where he worked with you a lot. So
who was that, sorry?
Ruturaj Gaikwad,
yes.
And even Jagdishan for that matter.
Yeah.
When you have guys like Ayush Matre and Sheikh Rashid, Flem spoke about, like, before throwing them in the middle, he would like to know whether they are temperamentally ready. And given these guys play predominantly domestic cricket, not international cricket, even same with Deval Bravis as well. So, when do you feel like, okay, these guys are ready, okay, let's throw them in the middle and see? Obviously, this season, was it more of desperation that sort of gave them the chance, or ahead of next season when it's a team in transition? So how do you see the coming months ahead for them?
Well, again, that's one of the things we've identified that I think we need to do a bit better. I mean, Sheikh Rashid's a good example. We've had him with us now for, at least a couple of seasons, and he's a beautiful player. But you're right, we need to find out how he can go under pressure. And so, yes, he's got his opportunity now, and he's handling it well at the moment. Like, obviously, he'll want to get some more runs, towards the back end of the season, but he's certainly got the skill and the talent to be able to do it. But maybe as a coaching group, maybe this is where we can look to improve by, in coming seasons, put these young guys in better training positions where, like we spoke about earlier, about, you know, using the academy, playing more practice games, you know, seeing what they're like when they're really under pressure. If there's, sometimes in nets, there's not a consequence. You know, you can just play your shots, you get out, it doesn't matter, you move on to the next ball. But if you're in a match situation, there's a bit more consequence involved. So maybe that's something we'll look at more in the future. Well, we will definitely look at more in the future. And then obviously we'll keep a close eye on them when they're playing their domestic stuff as well. And keep working with them through. It's not just working with them for this 2.5 months, it's still communicating and working with them throughout the rest of the year as well, and seeing how they're going and seeing how they're going, particularly in those pressure situations, seeing what their mentality's like. Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
Just wanted to ask, you know, given the season that you guys had, and you also spoke about, you know, every other game you were looking to win the next game. Obviously, that's going to be your number one priority. What, as a coaching unit, what do you tell to the guys, you know, after obviously having a disappointing game? How do you keep the motivation running? How do you keep that intent going on for the next game, hoping that you win the next game and carry on for the rest of the season? So as a coaching unit, what's the conversations in the team to ensure a young group of players are also stay motivated?
Well, funny enough, there's actually a lot of motivation in this team. You know, you talk about there's been opportunities for some younger guys to play. So you mentioned Matre and Sheikh Rashid. I mean, motivation could not be higher for these guys. You know, they've got an opportunity to play in the IPL. They are jumping out of their skins to play. Sam Curran was out of the team after the first two matches. He's got an opportunity now, batting higher in the order. He is highly motivated to do well, you know, to grab this opportunity. There's other guys down the list that have an opportunity. So from a coaching perspective, we want to turn up to training and the matches in such a positive and energetic frame of mind, and hoping that will also, go on to the players as well. And then the conversations are always positive and confident and giving backing as much as we possibly can, and that we want to win the matches. You know, we're not going out there just to play and finish the season, give a couple of guys an opportunity. No, we want to push hard to try and win. So that's where the motivation comes for players having opportunity, coaches turning up with a good attitude and a lot of positivity, and giving messages of we want to win, we want to push hard, we want to move the game forward, we want to play an exciting brand of cricket for the fans that keep coming up and watching. That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jimmy, you're up. Come on. Can I stay? I might come. Can I ask the first question?
If you like. You got to send me that thing. Send me the thing back.
Oh, sorry, come.
Didn't send it last time. Yes.
I'll do it right now.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Are we ready? Good to go. Please keep your phones on silent. We will go one by one. Please raise your hands. We have our fast bowling coach, Mr. James Oates, with us. Let's start.
Yeah, good evening. I am Ashok Venugopal from New Indian Express, Chennai.
How you doing?
I mean, CSK chances of making the playoff are almost nil. I mean, they've got nothing to lose, but they can spoil your chances. Are you aware of that? I mean, are you preparing, keeping that in mind?
Yeah, I think it's always dangerous playing teams that have nothing to lose, as you said. I think the biggest thing for us is we know what can happen in a few weeks if we play well in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But our focus has to be on the first ball of tomorrow night and getting through to this game against a team. All the teams in this comp are so dangerous that on their night they can beat anyone. So it would be foolish of us to look too far ahead. We just got to look at the game tomorrow night, play our best game of cricket tomorrow night, and then worry about what happens after that.
I mean, would you prefer to bat first, win the toss?
Don't know.
Umesh?
Hi, Coach.
How you doing?
Just in terms of the way Punjab has batted, a lot of contribution has come from the top 4. Is there a bit of a concern in terms of the way middle order has performed, especially someone like Glenn Maxwell, who's had a rough couple of years? And is there any injury consensus? Everyone fit and available?
I think my latest information is that like everyone is as fit as they were in the last game. So I think in terms of our middle order, it can get quite tough in a tournament where the top order is doing so well and their chances are very limited. Like if we go through the last few games, we had a rain-shortened game, and then we didn't bat very well against RCB. Then we had another rain delay. So now we start looking at a middle order that hasn't faced that many balls in the last couple of weeks. They're training very, very, very well, and I'm not going to say I wish the middle order would do more, because that means our top order's not doing what they're doing. But I think I'll take our top order doing what they're doing, and trust that people like Nahal, Glenn, Josh, Shashank, they'll come good and they'll have their moments when required.
Hi, Coach. Firstly,
Yeah.
best wishes for the game.
Thank you.
This is in general about the youngsters in the IPL. You saw Vaibhav Suryavanshi score a 35 ball 100 yesterday. There are other teenagers as well, and you have someone like Priyan Sharia. So when you look at the white ball depth here in India, how do you compare it with maybe Australia? Do you see such good talent there as well?
We do. They just don't get exposed at such a young age like they do here. We don't have as many teams to start off with. We've only got 6 domestic teams plus 8 Big Bash teams. What I saw last night, it was hard to take your eyes off the TV, wasn't it? He played these kids in general, not just last night. They just play a different game. And like sometimes you used to think when they'd come out and they'd come up against like the Kohlis of the world or the Dhonis of the world, there'd be there's just no fear anymore. I think Indian cricket is very well placed, especially in the shorter formats of the game, to put a few teams that would compete with the top few teams in the world on the park right now.
Hi, Coach. You spoke about the talents like Prabsimran Singh, switch hitting Sunil Narayan, the best bowler in the league. So, I mean, it sort of messes up with the plans of even somebody like Narayan. So, can you just talk about watching that shot from the dugout? And as a bowler, what does the shot do to you? Even someone with the caliber of Narayan was stunned.
Well, I think we were commenting on the sideline. Well, firstly, we were all waiting for him to play it. We thought it was going to come a lot earlier than it actually did. And I think the way they were moving their field around all the time, like especially that guy out at deep point, I think they were waiting for it as well. And yes, he just got his first one away. And as soon as that happens, you're never going to put 2 guys out there. So it's a big part of the field that's unprotected. And Sonny's a world-class bowler. Like the other night, he still bowled an over that went for 22 and went for 36, didn't he? So his other 3 overs went for 14. So we didn't have that bad a night. Yeah, it's just a different game some of these boys play right now, and no surprise from my end, no surprise from our team ends, because we see it 50 times every training session, him batting left-handed. So that's the way it is.
Do we have any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.